And I'm saying it from experience because I lived in Europe for 7 years. I stayed in Europe for 7 years, and I know so many Nigerians that are stranded. Some of them are, working in restaurants, and a lot of them have first degree, second degree. Some are even doing PhD programs. So it's not worth it. I know so many of them do it after their master's program. They are stranded and they can't go back home. If you by chance stumble upon this video and you have the intention of leaving Nigeria in 2023, you have to completely watch this video from the beginning to the end. Hello guys, my name is Dr. Yokunle Omoni, and if this is your first time, please hit the subscribe button and click the like button as well. And if you're a returning subscriber, please do click the like button and share this to your friends. So I read an article recently, and in the article I saw a very, very interesting fact that one of the most googled query, one of the most googled sentence on the internet in Nigeria is "easy way out of Nigeria." And it's very, very interesting, and at the same time it's really sad, because it's a clear reflection of the state of mind of Nigerians, especially the younger demographics. I find it so interesting, and at the same time, I took it upon myself to make a video about it and to talk about ways to leave Nigeria, to talk about mistakes you must avoid, costly mistakes that will cost you money, that will cost you time, investment, and even your future. And later on in the video, I'm going to suggest also the countries you should actually, and of course I know it's obvious, most Nigerians have the desire to process these countries. They know what to do, but there's no money to process. I'm going to explain step by step how to navigate through the financial challenges of processing these countries. Let me first of all talk about the countries you should avoid, you should stay clear of, despite the popularity or the pressure to go to these countries, because it's like an easy way out. So the first disclaimer I'm going to give you, the first countries I'm going to tell you not to consider. Of course, I'm not saying it's an absolute disaster, but if you're thinking long term, if you're thinking about family, if you're thinking about your kids in the future, if you don't have yet, I would suggest you stay clear, unless you genuinely have the intention of going to this country to study. And these countries are European countries. And when I'm talking about European countries, I'm not talking about the UK. I'm not talking about maybe Germany. So I'm talking about the Baltics. I'm talking about Eastern European countries. I'm talking about the Scandinavian countries. You should actually stay clear of these countries. Of course, the condition there is fantastic. The living standard is good, but if you're thinking long term, I won't recommend. It's very, very easy for students, for people to go to European countries, especially through the student visa route. Many people want to do masters. They apply for masters program for example, in Belarus or in Ukraine or in Georgia or in Sweden or in Bulgaria or in Poland, with the aim of settling down after the completion of their program. I'm telling you now, that would be a big mistake. It's not applicable to those that genuinely want to study. For example, people that go to Europe to study medicine or to study nursing. Fantastic. It makes sense. Finish your study and move elsewhere. It makes sense. But if you have the intention of going to these countries to study, and after graduation you think you are going to find a job in this country, this kind of job, for example, maybe you are a nurse, you study nursing, and you think after your program or after your master's program, you find a job and you'll be paid handsomely. Honestly, that would be a big mistake. It's going to be a big mistake. Don't do that. Don't go to Eastern European countries or maybe, apart from the UK, honestly, generally, I don't see a reason why people should have the intention of settling permanently in European countries. So you face challenges like language, and again, the average minimum wage in these countries is like about $300, $250 to $300. Honestly, it's ridiculous. So you don't want that, because at the end of the day, you have to pay your rent, you have to pay bills, you have to transport, logistics, and other stuffs like that. So that kind of minimum wage is ridiculous. So you don't want to. So you'll be okay if you're a student, maybe it will take care of basic expenses, but generally speaking, it's not the best. Like, you don't want to go there and spend a lot of money going to school and graduating. And with the hope of graduating and finding a job, only to be paid $300 in a month, and your cost of living is also about $200 to $300. So it does not make any sense. So if you have the intention of going to Europe long term, please, I think you should consider. You have to think about it again. Don't fall to the trap. Don't fall to the trap of travel agencies that will convince you, that you can make it big in Europe. And I'm not talking about UK once more. I'm talking about other countries in Europe. Europe is good for schools, for medical tourism, for tourism proper itself, but for you to go there and reside long term with kids, I'm not sure, honestly speaking. And I'm saying it from experience, because I lived in Europe for 7 years. I stayed in Europe for 7 years, and I know so many Nigerians that are stranded. Some of them are, working in restaurants, and a lot of them have first degree, second degree. Some are even doing PhD programs, so it's not worth it. I know so many of them do it after their master's program. They are stranded and they can't go back home. So don't entertain the thought of traveling to Europe with the purpose of staying there long term, with the purpose of building a future. It's not the best idea. But if you want to go there to study, maybe study medicine or whatever course you want to study, and leave after your program, it makes sense. It's a good option. It's a good decision. Otherwise, no. So now I'm going to talk about the countries you should put all your energy in, because when it works, it's like it's life-changing. It's worth it to put all your energy, to put everything you have in processing. Countries like the UK, the US, Canada, Australia. Those 4 countries, honestly, if you really want to build a future, beyond maybe your program in school, you want to settle down and build a future, these countries are the countries you should put all your energy in processing. And if you want to process these countries, please do not apply for visitor's visa. For example, in the US, a lot of people think they can just go to the US embassy and apply for the visitor's visa. Of course you can, but the chance of getting a visitor's visa is so low, because they know you are not going to come back. The best chance you have is to apply for student's visa. If you have your first degree already, apply for master's program. That's the surest bet. Not 100%, but you have a greater chance, much better chance of getting your visa approved. So Canada, US, Australia, and the UK. And I know a lot of you guys will be there like, it costs a lot of money. You guys don't have money to apply, application fee, all those kind of things. Yes, that's true. Like I said earlier, there are ways to navigate through this challenge, this financial challenge. Number 1, identify the course you want to study. Right? For example, let's say you want to study business administration, just as an example, in your master's program. Look for universities that offers scholarship. Right? Number 1, so tuition fee is out of the way, or at least significantly reduced. Right? Number 2, look for universities that waive application fee. Okay, Number 3, look for universities that waive GRE, right? So GRE is a standardized test, right? Some universities, a lot of universities require you to write this test. Some TOEFL, GRE, etc. So, but there are some universities that waive GRE, that is the test, and there are some universities that waive application fee. So you have to target these universities, and at the same time, they also have scholarship programs. Now, the next question is, how do you identify these universities? There is a long list of them, right? But I made videos. If you check my channel, maybe after watching this video, you can go to the playlist and you are going to see my videos about Canada, about US, about UK, right? And I brought people on, people that have done it. You know, they've been through the whole struggle. They've been in the US, they've done undergraduate program, they've done masters. They are actually working already in the US. So we explained in details how to go about the process, right? The requirements, so you can pick a pen and start watching those videos, right? The requirements, the list of universities, how to apply, when to apply, you know, everything is well explained in those videos. So it's an opportunity for you guys. The videos are on my channel. You can just subscribe and go to the playlist. You will see the videos there about Canada as well. I have some couple of videos too. So these universities waive GRE, they waive application fee, so you don't need to worry about paying money for all that, right? All you need to do is to apply to as many as possible. For example, in the US, right, you can send a compelling email, a very good email, well written, to about 5, 6, 7 universities that are going to give you free, that waive application fee, and also offer fully funded scholarship. Canada, also try 4, 5, 6 universities. UK, the same, right? By the time you submit your applications, you are going to at least 2 or 3 will be successful, right? And you take it off from there. So the best chance is to apply for the student visa of these countries, the UK, US, Canada, Australia, right? That's the best chance you have to leave Nigeria, and not only to leave Nigeria, to have a very good future. You know, not just leaving and getting there, get stranded, no money, and you're considering leaving. When you come to a country like US or the UK or Canada, you are there to stay. And when you graduate, it's worth it because you are going to find a job, a proper job, you know. So don't fall into the manipulative traps of, you know, travel agencies that are ready to exploit you because of how desperate you are to leave the country. So watch my video, like watch all the videos I made about US, about UK, about Australia, well explained. The list of the universities are there that are offering fully funded scholarship. Everything is there. So you pick your paper and you write those universities down, you send them emails and they reply you. So, and you don't give up. Nobody says it's easy. You have to keep trying. You know, there will be times you want to give up, but you have to keep trying. So you can start the process maybe now or whatever, like start it now, and 4 months, 6 months down the line, you'll be on your way to leaving the country. So guys, thanks for watching, and if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, click the like button, and also subscribe, and so I'll see you guys again the next time. Peace.